very much, Mr. Allen, for your talk. You mentioned there at the very end, you recommended that Catholics in particular should embrace each other, even those with whom we do not agree on every point. Now, I totally accept the importance of the unity of Europe, and the idea of the founders of the European Union were very praiseworthy. But as we know, the integration of Europe, it hasn't proceeded as the founders would have wished, totally. And you did mention also the Lisbon Treaty in relation to Ireland. The Irish Catholic has organised tonight's event, and the Irish Catholic appeared to be very much in favour of the Lisbon Treaty being passed. And our bishops also appear to be quite anxious that the treaty should be passed by the people. Now, Archbishop Martin, this is going back to your original point about embracing all. Archbishop Martin is, I understand, was anxious to remove from churches any literature that promoted a no vote to the Lisbon Treaty, whereas anything that promoted a yes vote, such as the Irish Catholic, was welcomed. Yeah. Do you think it might be a good idea on the part of such as the Irish Catholic and the bishops to try to understand the reason why those who voted no actually voted no, rather than demonising them in all directions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Hart. Thanks for your speech as well. It was interesting. My question is, and it's a short question, and I want a short answer. What way do you think Pope Benedict XVI would like us, like the Irish people, to vote in the Lisbon referendum that they're talking about coming up? I think it's a straightforward question, and just give me a one-sentence answer. What way?
So am I up now, or are you? Well, apropos of your demand for a short answer, let me just say that if I could say just a few words, I would be a better public speaker. I'll take the third question first. How would Benedict want you to vote? I mean, clearly, Benedict would not say you have to vote yes or no. I think he would say, vote as a Catholic first. Vote as a Catholic first. That is, bring what you know about Catholic social teaching and about the Church's vision of Europe in the 21st century to bear in the way you approach this question. And within that, and I know I'm going beyond one sentence, but I'll try to finish here. I think within that, I think Benedict would clearly understand that there is a legitimate plurality of Catholic perspectives on this question. But I think the sine qua non of Benedict's approach to the Lisbon Treaty would be, or any question about the future of Europe would be, do not sacrifice the Christian identity of this continent on the altar of economic, political, or diplomatic progress. Okay? And what the particular political architecture of that would look like is obviously a prudential question that goes beyond the capacity of the magisterium to definitively address.
Your talk, John, touched on European integration, a lot of it. We had in our recent history here in Ireland a vote on such a thing, okay? And the people who voted no and who campaigned no were vindicated in their stance, in their campaigns. And you were vilified for a while by the media and the establishment in the country, the political establishment. But I said you were vindicated because we were told abortion wasn't an issue, we were told corporation tax wasn't an issue, nor neutrality wasn't an issue. And then Brian Cowan and his ministers went over to Europe to renegotiate and get these things copper fastened. Abortion, corporation tax, etc. All the things that the no people said were an issue, we were told was not an issue. Okay? When the votes were counted on the 13th of July, the people of Europe said, thank God for Ireland, and the Irish people who voted no. There has been no proper debate as to how Europe should develop since we went in 1973, and probably previous to that. The people who are deciding how Europe should develop are the bureaucrats, the MEPs, the people who are disconnected. There is a question. It's a question of democracy. It's a question of democracy. I know you don't like it, Mr. Elton. It's a question of democracy, and it's a question of transparency. The people who wanted to frog march us into a new Europe are not transparent. The bankers, the politicians. We don't know what's going on in our own country here. And they wanted us to vote and be frog marched. And with all due respect to yourself, John, you are almost advocating that we walk blindfolded into some sort of Europe that we don't understand and negotiate for. We will vote again and we will have a debate again. And the people of Europe will say, thank God that the Irish people caused a debate as to how Europe should develop. Thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say one or two things. I hope, hopefully, every one of us here as Catholics will be united against the New World Order, against one Europe, one world, run by the financial manipulators who met in the World Forum in Davos a few weeks ago. And the question is, we are not going to bail out the banks. We're not going to bail out or recapitalise the financial world, because the financial world, there's their history. Have a look at it. It's there to be passed out. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and this new world order. Europe is only part of it. Now, I hope that we're not going to be... My question is that we will all be united against the one world religion. That is the question.